Hi there, this is Chris at Fibonacci Designs, and I'm doing a quick tutorial here for any of my clients who I've requested information from. So in this instance we are going to log into the SlickPlan account, which once I would have sent over to you your details for requesting information, you would have received a website address as a login website address, which looks like that. And then you'd have been given a username or email address, so in most instances it will be your email address, and a slightly cryptic password. And then, so once you've gone to this page here at fibdes.slickplan.com/login and entered your username and password and then clicked login, then you'll come to a dashboard area. So here in this dashboard area we've got my business name up here, we've got a home button to go back to this dashboard, account and settings information if you want to do anything like change your password. Got some help area if you'd like help, and we've got a log out button, all important of course. And then here we've got sitemaps and diagrams. Usually it would just be the sitemaps that we'd be looking at, and within sitemaps in this instance we've just got one example, which is a sitemap to collect information, branding and design information for a website. So this is an example where we've got this name here for this particular sitemap. It might be that you have a different name up here, it might have you have a couple of things to be filling in. So for this one here we're just going to click on this link and then go in so we can have a look at a little bit of details and exactly what you need to be updating and how to do it. So clicking on that link, and we're taken to this whole area here. So you'll notice that we've still got this bar at the top. We've got this new bar here which is showing you which area you're in, info, branding and design. And then if there were options here to choose different versions of this particular sitemap or different sitemaps, then they would be chosen here and you could flip between one and the other. Likewise, if you click on that link here, then it'll show you information with regards to this particular sitemap, and you can close it again by clicking that button. Note that if you have this open, you can't do anything, you can't click anything on this page, you have to close it again in order for that to work. Excuse me. So here we can see for this particular sitemap we're asking for three main areas of information: general company and account details, search engine optimization, SEO and competitor details, branding and design details. So in order to be able to fill in the details for each of these, you can either click on these small icons, which are the content icons, here, here and here, or you can click on this main content button which will take you in there. You know, when you hover over things it'll say add sub page, because you'll have control to be able to create more pages here. However, in most instances I will have requested you just to use what I've pre-created and filled in for you, so that it's all there ready. You don't have to think about going and creating all the different pages that we've agreed already. Of course, if I have created a something a little bit more flexible where you can go ahead and create the pages that you want and reorganize them and so on, then those options are to be used. In this instance we're just going to click on the main content button at the top here, and then I can show you exactly how we go in and fill information. So we click on that content and we can see we've got here within info, branding and design these three areas which were what we saw on that last page. If we want to go back to that last page we just close, it takes you back in here. If you want to go straight to one of these sections you can click on one of these links here. Just going back into the main tab, content. And then again, if we click on this, we can go directly to any of these. This is sort of a fly-out menu to help you go and easily navigate from one of these areas to another, or pages. You're going to click straight on one of these here. So as you can see, this has now come in and it's showing you the page title, and then it's got, in this case, an area asking for company information, for domain name details, server details, website login details, other accounts, and then there's always a place at the bottom if there's any other information that you need to put in. For sitemaps and information and so on, don't worry about this box at the bottom. That's more important for actually collecting content for real pages of a website. So in here there are a few prompts, so if you want to leave the prompts at the top, and then hit enter a couple of times, and then put in your business name, and then address 1, address 2, town, and so on. So being sure to add as much detail as possible, and I've given you an example: business name, the address, your telephone, your email, website, Skype, for example, if that's required, any social media, URLs, VAT registration numbers, anything else of importance with regards to general company information. And then if we scroll down a little bit further, then we've got domain name account. So if I need access to your domain name, then I'll ask for where that might be. So firstly, what the main domain might be, then what the company is that registers it, then your email address and password that allow you access in to be able to update details of the domain name. Same, might ask for server details, so I can access your account server size and your login details. For example, it's a WordPress website, you have a login page and admin and user detail, password details in order to be able to access. And then sure, if there's any other accounts, Google is a very popular one, for example. You might have a Bing account. It might be that you've got a Facebook account you need to give me some access to, and so on. And there's various ways and means of doing that. But certainly, in the first instance of telling me what accounts you've got here, and if you're happy to share username and password information, then please do. Please do note as well that SlickPlan is secure. You've got the green paddle up at the top there, which means that there shouldn't be any issues in regards to security, because all of this is transmitted securely. So once you've made changes to your page, please be sure to hit the Save button at the top here. Otherwise, it could be that you lose the information you've added in. So really important to use the Save button. So I'll show you what happens then. You click on Save, you get a little drop down saying content is saved. And then if you want to flick to another page, so for example, the SEO and competitor details information, then you can do so. Remember to close the flyout, and then you can start making edits to that area. And then likewise, if you want to go and fill in further information for branding and design, you can do that, close it here, and you can fill in information here. You'll notice for branding and design, for example, you've got one of these drop files where you can drop information in. So if you've got something on your desktop, you can literally drag and drop it in, or you can just select files manually by clicking that link and then finding it wherever on your computer you might have the relevant information. Just click it and add it in, and that will upload it in here. And then another note I'd just say at the end of this is, once you've updated everything in here, I would ask that you put me an email to let me know. That would be great, of course. Or of course, if you feel that that's absolutely everything completed and you have access to, then you can click this drop down here and then click the complete button, which should mark it as completed, finalized content. And of course, remembering the Save button. So that pretty much draws us to a close on here. I'm just going to close on out and go all the way back to the dashboard. And if there's any questions, then support at Fibonacci-designs.co.uk. That's support at Fibonacci-designs.co.uk, and I can give you some further support. Thanks for listening.